emulating Nintendo Switch on Steam Deck again?
Peggy 18.
Welcome to High Tech Low Life, where today we're going to be emulating more Nintendo Switch games. You may be asking us, what emulators are we going to use? And that emulator is Yuzu. Of course, we'll be using Ryu Jinx as a fallback as well. As for the settings are the Emu Deck defaults. No changes made here. And today we'll be covering 5 different games. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. And for our next trick, we're going to show off more Nintendo Switch emulation on Steam Deck.
For the first time in 10 years.
Finally, after almost a decade, a Bayonetta 2 sequel. Currently, the best emulator to play Bayonetta 3 on is on Ryu Jinx, not Yuzu. As it stands though, there's a lot of graphical issues on Yuzu, especially of the flashing lights variety, which might be a problem for some people that are sensitive to flashing lights and stuff, so I opted to not show the footage here. That said, Ryu Jinx runs this game at like a stable 30 FPS, which isn't preferable, especially for a game like Bayonetta 3. But it is playable to a degree. That said, once Yuzu solves its issue though, I think this will be a better experience on Yuzu, as it'll run faster. But until then, Ryu Jinx will be the better emulator for Bayonetta 3. And Ryu Jinx would be preferable on your big beefy gaming rig as well. Sonic Frontiers is also on PC, but is it worth emulating? The answer is obviously not. The game runs terribly, and even if the performance was good, guess what? The graphics are glitchy as hell. Given that Sonic Frontiers was actually leaked a couple of days before release, this is to be expected. The emulator devs haven't had time to really optimize for this game. That said, even if it did work properly, there's a PC version coming out, so if you want to play that on your Steam Deck, you should just play the PC version instead. Of course, all of this footage was recorded before the game's official release date, and according to Steam verifications, this game is marked as unsupported. But of course, unsupported doesn't mean the game doesn't run on Steam Deck, especially when Valve demoed this game on Steam Deck at Tokyo Game Show. All in all, by the time this video releases, Sonic Mania will be available to buy basically anywhere, so if you buy a PC version, you should let us know if it runs or not. An Ubisoft game without the bullshit Ubisoft launcher on PC? This game has to be launched using Ryu Jinx. When using Yuzu, this game doesn't render anything at all, it's just a big black screen. But here on Ryu Jinx, it looks kind of promising despite the Ubisoft logo. And hell, the title screen looks good too. You can even select a file. But immediately after the loading screen, all hope is lost. It's one big black screen. And believe me, I've tried tinkering with just about every setting possible to get this game up and working. And no, it doesn't work. You can faintly see some outlines of some characters. I don't know who that is, probably Mario, but I don't know for certain. But honestly, as it stands, this game is totally unplayable. Finally, a series that generated a generation of Miiverse memes, now playable on Steam Deck? It's high time we covered a Splatoon game. Yeah, we can't play online, but you know what? Wait, it's not working. The heck? Alright, you know what, let me try this again. Finally time to play some Splatoon. Wait, it crashes again in the same spot? Ugh, man, what a pain. Like, seriously. It also seems to crash in the same spot with Ryu Jinx as well, so that's no help either. You know what you could do though instead? You could just play Ultra Kill on Steam Deck. Hey, this isn't Metroid Prime 4. Where the hell is Metroid Prime 4, huh? No, this is Metroid Dread. Of all the Switch exclusives I have tried on Steam Deck, Metroid Dread runs the best. For the most part, the game runs at a rock solid 60 FPS. Yes, cutscenes do run at 30 FPS, but that's no big deal because those are cutscenes. And yes, there were a ton of people that wanted to play Metroid Prime 4 instead of Metroid Dread, but you know what? Metroid Dread is a really good game. Give it a shot on your Steam Deck, if you dare. Wow, that's 2 out of 5 games that work properly. And you may be thinking to yourself, wow, what a terrible track record. And to be fair, these are fairly new titles that the Yuzu devs have yet to really optimize for. And yes, as long as Nintendo keeps releasing Switch games, this is a song and dance you'll have to dance to the tune of every now and then. But of course, with a single Google search or even a search on YouTube, you'll find countless YouTubers trying Switch games on the Steam Deck. And to be fair, yeah, you can play Mario Odyssey from beginning to end on the Steam Deck. And heck, if you opt for a Wii U emulator instead of a Switch emulator, you can play Breath of the Wild from beginning to end as well. But at the end of the day, if you're just gonna play Switch games, just buy a Nintendo Switch. Like for example, when Tears of the Kingdom releases, I plan on breaking out my Nintendo Switch.
本日の放送は以上です。ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。
If you wish to directly support High-Tech Lowlife, you should check out the link in the description below for our Patreon page. And if you like this video, you should give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well. And if you want, you can also join my Discord server. As always, links in the description down below for all of this.